This is Justin Higner, Town of Wheatfield town historian, standing roughly right where the Tetra nightclub used to be. Now, that is looking due east to the entrance, the main entrance being right in here. There's some remnants of stonework and buttressing and so forth, and to the south of that is a line of curbing that you can possibly see along the edge of the, on the horizon line. If you can see that horizon line right there, that edging, it's right here. That's the parking lot south border, which goes up to this area here, roughly in there. Now, in line with the end of that would have been the building. The building itself stood in here, just past my finger there, and in an area that includes a bit of concrete and a concrete pad sticking out from another part there by the big willow tree. Lots of willows along here. There's the river itself. Just past this area here is where the entertainment was. So the dance floor would have been just over here, presumably. Here we have some concrete. Where the garage part of the complex was on the side. And so this kind of lines up right here with the border wall there and the pad. Go over here for a second. And there's debris all over the place, of course. Lots of stuff has been dumped here. But we can see certain things that are very definite. Like this is a long piece of concrete embedded in the ground going all the way that way. And so this might either be the front or the back of the building. Can't quite tell. Okay, here's some more of what probably goes with that. It could be just debris dumped here, but because of such a concentration of debris in here, kind of evenly spread, makes me think that the building stood exactly right here. Or the entertainment part of the complex existed right here. That is to say, the outdoor stuff, the dance floor. The dance floor itself might have stood in this area right here. But it could have been pried up and junked, so it's hard to tell. The missus who ran the Tetra when she had this done, it was said that the dance floor was paved or poured as evenly as possible, so that there would be no tendency of ladies in high heels, for example, to almost slip or slide, which I think is considerate. We are now in the middle of the parking lot area. Over there, I've been able to locate the northern border of the parking lot, which is, if I can illustrate that, come along in here. I was just here earlier trying to get my bearings back again. It's been a few years since I've wandered around here. We have some telephone pole chunks that is probably just random debris, but might have something to do with the hotel or the nightclub. Yeah, this nightclub is not to be confused with the Waikiki Hotel at the other end of River Road. This is at the northern end of River Road. There's some debris there, could be associated with the club. That is, right there, the northern boundary wall of the parking lot. They are both at angles to each other. They're not straight down, they're at angles to each other. So you can see the curbing right in here. And of course that's the Love Canal blockage filter there, monitored by the state and so forth to try to slow down contaminants into the Niagara River. We are now making our way to the center of the parking lot again, which of course this is all confusing because so much overgrowth has happened here over the years. And the only thing new that's happened here, or newer to the club, is a duck blind that was installed on the corner tip of the property here, but that has since collapsed. And so I don't think that's being used anymore. This is the main drive-in. River Road is just right over there. And let me show you the southern parking lot wall. Okay, this is the southern parking lot wall. This continues on for another 30 feet that way, almost. And you can see this now going all along to the, at an angle again, right angle to the other one there, and down that way. Notice the chain link fence remnants as well, to keep the rabble away from fooling around with people's cars where they were parked here, because there were expensive cars here. I mean, we're talking movie stars and mafiosi and politicians, and I mean, Marilyn Monroe was here. Okay, this is the town of Wheatfield technically, but even so, it's quite amazing that to think that Joe DiMaggio and her and other people were here routinely in the 1930s into the 50s and even into the 60s. Different sorts of people were here. And it's just one of those things, one of those unknowns you'd never guess. And what they wanted was privacy. They wanted to go to swanky, cool places where they could have privacy and get away from, the rabble and hang out with others, and enjoy themselves. Now here we have some brick remnants underneath that tree, for example. There's stonework. This is bordering, actually. This is for a plant feature up here. This is the border wall for that. And over here we have an abutment of some sort. You can see the wall continues along in here. And then we have this bit here. This helped to welcome people into the club. Here's some more of the wall going around, and this would have been a planting of some sort up here. It's still a bit of a mound. It probably held a few bushes in here. They're all long dead now. And judging by how there's I think a hole at the top of this, or at least after this section, there might have been a lantern on here. I think the other one I found over there has a hole coming up the middle where electricity would have come up and you would have seen lanterns. But lit up or not, it's a very nice way to welcome people in. Now this nightclub was a castle-like structure, had a couple of rooks, and was filled in between with the entrance. If you see the images of this thing on Wheatfield, New York, Our History Facebook page, you'll look up the post there on the Ted Ra nightclub, and you'll be able to see what the building used to look like there. And that's the parking lot start right there. And here we have some more brick debris from the abutments that were here, chain link fence, and what I believe are the remnants again of the other abutment there. I think that's it, or at least it's certainly part of the development here. And this is literally all that remains of one of the most interesting and perhaps infamous nightclubs in the Niagara region. So, just to recap, this is the driveway that goes in today. The northern parking lot wall is here. The southern parking lot wall is right in there, at right angles to each other, like that, in relation to the shape of the property a little bit. About 2/3 into this walk is where the building was, roughly. After that, the outdoor awning section with the dance floor and other things there, where you could dance under the stars and practically out onto the river, as they said. So, thank you very much for paying attention. This is Justin Higner, Town Historian, February 5th, 2023.